Who here remembers the first day after getting divorced or being separated? Well, that's where we're going tonight. Let me take you back 6 years. I was in a traditional marriage, the kind of marriage where the woman does everything and the man does nothing. We're going through marriage counseling for about 6 years, and it wasn't really working, but what were the options? So we just continued. And at the same time, we were building a new business a building for our business. And on the top floor was going to be an apartment where my wife and I were going to live. So, the weeks go by and the building is done and we're moving our business in there. And it's time to go shopping for furniture for that apartment upstairs. So my wife and I head out to LT. And let me tell you something first, that my wife is very particular about the type of furniture that she liked. It was like Southwest and nothing else. So our whole place was decorated in that style. So when I went out shopping with her, I knew what our apartment was going to look like. So we headed over to LT. Traditional thing was like, she'd walk ahead of me about 20 yards. She'd pick out pieces of furniture. She'd look back at me and nod, and I'd nod, and that would be a piece that we'd get for our house. I had no choice in what we were getting or how it was going to get there. Anyways, this time was different because we walked into that store and about 30 minutes went by and she hadn't picked out a piece of furniture. And I was wondering what was going on. So I kind of threw out something that I saw. I saw this lazy boy chair, the kind of chair that every man wants. And it's like, sit in that chair, pull the lever, sit back and relax, watch a hockey game, watch a football game all day. But not too many of us get that chair anymore because it's really ugly, right? So I said to my wife, I said, hey, honey, how about that chair up there? And, really thinking that she was going to blow it off. She walks back, she looks at the chair and she goes like, hey, that's not too bad. Do you like it? And I said, yeah, I really like it. She goes, well, then get it. And I'm like, holy shit. She's actually going to let me get this chair. So I'm like, I'm happy. And okay, anything she wants from here on in is hers. Another 20 minutes, half an hour goes by. She's not picking anything out. And I'm like, I see this really cool metal surgical table that's on wheels and something she'd never want. I call it, honey, how about that table over there? What do you think? Again, she comes walking back, looks at the table. She's like, do you like it? I go, yeah, I like it. Get it. I'm freaking out here. All I'm thinking is all that money I spent on couples therapy is working, right? So anyways, we go back. Next week, furniture gets delivered to the apartment. Everything's going good. I think it's Wednesday, and she says to me, can I talk to you? And I said, sure, let's talk. What's going on? She says, you know what? I think I could use some space for a couple months. What do you think about moving up to the apartment on your own? And all I'm thinking is, holy shit, this would be great. I went from my parents' home to my matrimonial home, and I've never had a place of my own. So I'm thinking pad of my own, this is great. And I'm thinking this might be 2 or 3 months off. I said to her, well, when do you want to do this? She goes, how about Saturday? Saturday? I go, I'm never going to be able to get this thing done by Saturday. She goes, don't worry about it, I'll take care of everything. And she was beautiful, she could decorate a house in 3 days. So the next 3 days, I could see her from my office, pulling in with her car and going up and down the stairs with bags and whatever, decorating the place. By Friday, place was done to the nines. I'm talking bedding, pillows, cutlery, utensils, the whole bit. And I'm going, okay, it's done. I go home, go to bed, Saturday morning, all I hear is this thing on my shoulder, shaking my shoulder, going, hey, honey, get up. I'm going, what's going on? It's this is Saturday. She goes, I know, but we're moving you into your apartment. And let me tell you, I've never seen this woman this excited before in my life. So I get up, I get my clothes on, we pack all my stuff, my suits, my pants, my shoes, everything into her SUV in my car. We get it over to the office, and she sets my closet up beautifully, all my suits lined up, color-coded pants, shoes, everything. I'm exhausted watching her. And it's 5 o'clock. I go, honey, you know what? Thanks for doing all this for me. Can I take you out for dinner? She goes, sure. So we go out for a nice dinner, bottle of wine, da-da-da. Come back to the apartment. She gives me a kiss on the cheek, drops me off. I walk up the stairs, I open the door. I'm in utopia, right? My own apartment, decorated with all this furniture that I loved. What do? It's Saturday night. Exactly, hockey game. Put the hockey game on, grab a couple beers, all my favorite munchies that she, packed for me, just like a little kid with his lunch, and get my lazy boy chair, pull it back, and I'm watching the hockey game, and I'm thinking, life doesn't get any better than this, right? Great night, great memories. Next morning, I'm laying in bed, Sunday morning. I'm laying in bed, open my eyes. What the fuck just happened? Am I an idiot? I can't look after myself, right? Then the light switch went on. I realized, you know what? This wasn't just for a month or two. This was forever. That my life had changed just like that. There was never going to be any more family gatherings, family holidays, weekends up at the cottage. My life as I knew it was over. And I'd let everybody down. I let my wife down. I let my kids down, my parents, and most importantly, myself. The life I knew was gone. With all that insight, I was hungry, so I ventured into the kitchen. Anyways, got into the kitchen. That was like unfamiliar territory for me because I didn't know shit about the kitchen. So first thing I saw was this big stainless steel box. And I'm thinking, what the hell is this? Kind of looked like a stove. But this thing had no buttons or no knobs on it. Just had like a iPad on the top of it, right? And let me tell you, where I came from, my parents' place, they were like from the old country. They had like a stove with like these little coil burners on it and 4 knobs, like, 1 to 9, so I knew how hot to make it. I didn't know shit about this stove, and I wasn't even gonna try. So I went and started, I'll just have a bowl of cereal with some milk. I start walking around. Can't find the stupid fridge, right? Where's the fridge? Fridge is behind these like panels that look like the rest of the cupboards, and I didn't even know where it was. It took me like 5 minutes to find it. So at this time I go, hey, I ain't gonna survive. I better call my wife and get her over here, show me how to use these appliances. And at the same time I figured maybe I can get her to make me some breakfast, right? So she comes over, 20 minutes, she just lived around the corner. She's explaining all the appliances. This stove here, it's infrared, you don't burn yourself, da-da-da. I can cook a turkey in, 20 seconds, like I'm gonna cook a frickin' turkey, right? And then she goes over to, she goes over to the fridge. This compartment has, different temperatures for vegetables, and this is for here and this is for there. And I'm looking at her and I'm just hearing blah, 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 blah. And actually I'm thinking, marriage doesn't look so bad anymore, right? So at this point, the next few weeks, the next few months were not easy. Shopping for me was like one aisle at Loblaws. It was the blue menu aisle. I ate blue menu for like everything, right? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I planned out my weeks with blue menu. Washing, like doing my washing, like I learned that not everything goes in the dryer unless you want to replace half your wardrobe every time you do laundry. I also learned that when you open a jar of jam, that sucker has to go in the fridge, because after 2 or 3 weeks, I'm eating these white little rice cakes that I thought were rice cakes, but ended up being mold for about a month. And I was actually allergic to mold. Anyways, I've come a long way in the last 6 years. My life is played on the field, not in the stands. I do my own washing, cook my own food, and what else do I do? I clean the house, and so on and so forth. But most importantly, what I've learned is I've been able to develop beautiful relationships with my kids, my family, and my friends. But I still can't figure out that stupid stove. Thank you.